Hello everyone and welcome to what is, I think, round 7 of the BMSC main event, and we will be having it between Mick, Healy and Barry Grossman. And I have my pre-dinner commentator back.
Hello, I'm back for the last two, hopefully, and we'll see how we go.
Mick, you also need a rack. There's 3 over there and 2 over here, I think. You can have some that break and can't be put back together, or some that break and can be put back together. the fun of racks. But anyway, we'll get started when the players are ready, and I will leave you in the capable hands, or mouth, brain of Calum, whatever that means.
Okay, I'm still on a blue screen at the moment. Okay. Just getting a little, up now. Yeah, I've got the YouTube board in front of me with 2 minutes to go. Okay, I've got the table in front of me. Do I look like Lewis on 6 wins there? And waiting for the first rack, which is going to be Healy playing Barry Grossman. So it's Mick's the lower rated player here, so we'll be hoping for some good pickups in this game, I think. And that first one looked promising for 6 tiles, and then the G came out. If an E had been the last tile, it would have been Spindle. But yeah, something like Ping, maybe with that. Maybe Ping's sacrificed an S early on, but it's a score on the board. Pling, I think Pling is looking to play to me. 22, keeping SD. I'm looking at the wrong racks here, but that's because the wrong racks on Quackle. That's okay. And Pling is the best play, and it's Ping that's been for 14. Maybe there's some doubt over Pling there, or maybe it wasn't seen. So Barry to play now. He's nearly got 4 did, but he's got a U instead of an E. So, yeah, it's something like UFO maybe. Food might be good, FOUD, for 20 points. Oh, 4 for 30 is looking favourite. Food's not too bad though, FOUD. I think I like FOUD maybe over 4 did, because 4 did leaves a U. FOUD leaves RID. It might be worth taking the 10 points. Oh, 4 did has gone down, but on the wrong side. 4 did making Pingo should have been the play, but it's 4 did making Oping is the actual play. So that's 24 and 30. I still like FOUD, I think. 4 did has been challenged. Which I don't really blame them, Mick, for changing that. To be honest, I turned down 4 do in the Worlds the other day. I just had a moment of doubt about it, thinking about, am I getting this mixed up with 4 go? But obviously, having checked it afterwards, I was looking for 4 did there. Okay, Mick has sliced with another S at the moment. Looking to see if I can find a bonus out of this. He might need a vowel for a bonus with this, I would think. The only vowels floating are eyes. He would need another eye for silly sides, which was missed. Suicide was missed in a world championship game in 2011, World Championship final game. Yeah, I can't see a bonus here. Doesn't mean there isn't one, but I can't see one. Something like SIC also making coping, but Clyde appears to be the play from E4. Clyde appears to be the best play, sorry. Yeah, but using that same hook that I was looking at for playing SIC on, Clyde making doping is the best play. It leaves 2 S's though. So championship player may not agree with that. Slice in the same spot, making if, ER and coping. That's definitely the hot spot to hit on this move, I think. Championship player seems like CEIL, keeping both those S's. Personally, I would get rid of one of those S's. I don't like repeat tiles. I'd get rid of one of them. Okay, so Barry's rack is UESNIMS. Can't play unmissed because the D's in the wrong place. Yeah, again, struggling with bonuses. All the S's are around very early on in this game. Minuses, yes. Jessica's had to help me out with that one. And presumably coping takes an S. Yes, coping will take an S. So minuses on the end of coping, I think. Yeah, not always an easy spot, the USES there. I should be seeing it really. Yeah, minuses by distance, either spot really, I think. There's a hold on minuses and copings. I think copings is going to be good. It's a noun as well as a verb. And of course, it helps that I've got the Quackle picture in front of me, which tells me it's good. So it looks like we're still on a hold here. Challenged. So there's going to be an extra 5 points here for Barry. He's off to a good start in this game. Yes, just getting used to this commentating now, and it's I find it more difficult to spot the words when they're on the screen than I would on an actual rack in front of me, I think. But I'm getting there. So Mick's rack's not too bad. I'm just having a think as to whether there might be a bonus there. I'd be very unsure of deemings. I've got a feeling I might be missing something here. I'm going to have a look, I think. No, doesn't look like it. With the Quackle options have come up in front of me. Gem for 24, an L2, making is quite good. Yeah, that's the SN. The DENS is a reasonable spot. This is not looking good for Mick now because he's putting down deemings, which I don't think I would have gone for. Doesn't seem right. I think this will be challenged off. I don't think Barry will accept that, and it's gone. So not a good start for Mick. Good start for Barry here so far. He is an E away from having a tourney. No E available for that. I'm looking at that M on the board. I don't think there's going to be anything with that, but it's not bad symmetry with that M, but it doesn't quite make a word, I think. So he might be looking for just a D. Okay, I'm back. So see what's happened in my absence. Tony has been played. That's quite a bold move. I think I'd have played Toy. I like that RA. To be honest, I like the RANT leave. I'm not sure about the play of Tony there. But of course, he knows the rack. I'm forgetting. After that disconnect, I'd forgotten the continuity of it. Yeah, he knows Mick Healy's rack. He knows there'll be no 9-timer through that T. So he's done that. I don't think there's going to be an 8 there. So Meg for 23 at D11 is best here, and EDNS strong leave. Yeah, I think Deemings was an attempt to try and snatch a bonus back straight away. Something I did myself yesterday, and it was the wrong thing to try and do. So it's yeah, that was the wrong move, and yeah, something like MBG is probably the best play here. Oh dear, so it looks like another phony going down here. MYG is not a word. TYG must be something else. YG, I think. No MYG. PYG possibly? No, just TYG. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, so that's come off the board. It's looking pretty useful for Barry at this point. 2 phonies. I mean, you can come back and win a game with 1 phony. Coming back and winning from playing 2, a lot more difficult, a lot less likely. And Barry can really play what he likes here. TAX at E11 looked a good move to me. Untax might be better for 30. And Mick Healy still has that same rack, which doesn't make anything. He can play he probably would be best playing something like Meg and Mad now. He has the S to go on the end of Meg. Deem and Mead, Meng all score more, but I like Meg, and because he's got that S to go on the end of it. It is the last S. There are blanks to come. Mega is coming on my screen. What's been played? Yes, yeah. Yes, there's a possibility of Mega as well. I still think at this point, though, 100 odd behind, it might be a good move. But Deem's gone down. That's good as well, because it opens another 9-timer. Barry has a blank, though. Barry now has a blank. Mick has got the possibility of starling through the eye in the middle of the board next go. Don't know if he's got anything else there. But Barry, I'm trying to look at these 2 9-timers, and I don't know which one to look at first. This is always difficult. You're looking at 2 spots, and there's a blank involved. And the tiles are not particularly good apart from that blank. A play like UT here somewhere is going to suddenly make that look a lot better. I think I'm going to cheat and have a look at Ziziva. Oh, some 7s here. Tartufi, titular, tourist. If I hadn't looked at 7s at this point. Striatum and maturity would be the only bonuses with the M. So neither of those hits a 9-timer. And nothing with the T. But there are 7s. I'd be hoping to spot Tartufi myself. Remind myself of the others again. Tartufi, titular, yeah, and tourista with a U. You can also have tourista with an O in it. I'm presuming it's some sort of gastrointestinal infection, I think, and the fact it's got tourist in the name suggests to me that it's something that tourists get. But that's with the O spelling, but it's also valid with a U. But that, I could just be making that up. I think Barry will get a bonus here. I would back him to spot maturity. I've just had an LOL no there, but you are. So Barry is not. Barry is usually pretty good at spotting things like maturity. I would have expected him to get that. I'm also expecting Starling to come down here from Mick Healy. I think it. Barry has probably a less helpful rack than last time. I'm seeing some options for Barry here, but I'm not seeing what Mick's doing. Okay, I think I'm being told that was an incorrect rack for Barry before. So he actually had one playable bonus, which was Urinator. Starling has gone down from Mick. Barry is quite quickly playing Jurat. Yeah. So I think what Jessica was saying, I think what I'm getting from Jessica there is that the last rack for Barry was incorrect. He had 2 R's, not 2 T's, and therefore his one playable bonus is Urinator. Okay, yeah, it was correct on the stream, but not on Quackle. Okay, so I was commentating on the wrong rack. Okay, but yeah, he did have a playable bonus and he played UR, but it was only one of them, and he didn't score very heavily. And that is Barry's racks are deteriorating. Barry's racks are deteriorating. There's still that 1-9 timer open. Okay. I've got a bit lost here as to what's going on. Mick's played Zia. Now we're on Barry's rack, which is PAT, FIT, blank. Mick Healy is now 1 point ahead, 13 to 212. He's coming back well here. Barry has struggled to use this blank thus far. And he's probably going to struggle to use it here as well, I think. The interesting situation we have developing at the bottom now is that there are two letters along the 9 timer. There's a 2-letter word along the 9 timer track. I always think it's quite likely to get a 9 timer, a non-bonus 9 timer, around letters in that situation. I'm not quite sure what Barry's going to play here. It's a tricky board to have that many consonants on. Fit with 2 T's maybe from L9 scores 21. It also opens up a slot. An E or an S will go on the end of that. Pitter maybe with 2 T's down from D1 is a bit of a better scoring option, but I would much rather keep a P than an F, to be honest. I think when I get an F, I want to shift it. Fiat is another option from L9. Fiat has gone slightly better than Fit on Championship Player, but Fit is the play, and I think Fit might be what I would have played as well. Okay, so Mick is 20 behind. He doesn't have fan tiles. No, it's okay, Jessica. I think I've seen enough of that rack. Okay, just answering a query from Jessica there. Wheat, WEETE from D1 down might be a reasonable play here. A wee is best for 22 at 13J on the end of Fit. But it's been played a wee, but in a different position. I'm still looking at this 9 timer at the bottom of the screen. I like the possibilities down there. It's distracting me from what Barry's actually going to play, I think. There's a possibility of PSR from J10 with something like Pave, which gets rid of some tricky tiles. I can't help think there must be something along that bottom line. PAH from C3 is not too bad. Jessica's put something about Gangnam Style in the notes box, but I wouldn't have a clue what that was. I've vaguely heard of it. getting old. But yeah, I can't. I'm obsessed with that 9 timer spot. Oh dear, is this a mistake now from Barry? Barry has been, chances are, a few things, and he's misspelt PV if I look at it. I think my screen has frozen again. It's been finished off. I'm to get a picture here in a minute. Okay, I've got a very faded picture at present. Can't really see what's going on. Peevish has come off the board. So Peevish has come off the board. Should be 2 E's. There's a word PV, which I think is PEAV. Might be a Y. Yeah, PEY or PEAVEY. I wonder if Barry might have. Sometimes when you learn words, you get the wrong idea of you can almost learn too much, so you get one thing mixed up with another, and maybe that's what's happened to Barry there. Has this row of decay and E and E, DEY from C3 looks good. Still getting a few technical issues here, but I'll keep up as much as I can. Well, there's also the possibility of DEY on the end of fit. I like DEY from C1 down. No thanks, Jessica. I'll stick with what we are at the moment. The screen not frozen at the moment, but it just keeps going a bit fuzzy from time to time. It's almost like looking for a sheet of glass with rainwater on it. But it's fine at the moment. It's actually okay at the moment. Yeah, a lot of time being taken here by Mick. I wonder if he's thinking about what Barry might do. And Mick has played Dace, which opens up a bonus lane, but we know that Barry's rack is not fantastic. I wonder if he has got an obscure 7 there. Nothing is jumping out at me. Okay, and Mick's picked the second blank by the looks of it. So that could be very costly, Barry losing that turn. Main problem with losing the turns is not always losing those. It's not always losing the points for the turn that's the problem. It's the fact that you're stuck with the same rack again. Your opponent is getting some turnover, and that's what loses games really. When you play phonies, we all do it. I can't. Lost track of how many phonies I've played, but it was quite a few. It was more than I would have liked. It is to be avoided where possible. Mick Healy has a blank. It's his turn. 7 behind after Barry's play of hat. What Mick should probably be thinking about here is to get rid of this cue. And how can he achieve that? I'm not sure on this board. Yep, there is a QI for 11. That might be the play. And a QAT through Starling. I think I like QI because there is some potential to that rack. QI looks best on Quackle. Keeping the T, I mean the T's a good letter to keep usually. I am still obsessed with spotting something that's going to hit that. It's going to hit that bottom line. Okay, so Barry's rack is looking a little bit better. No bonus. Quackle is saying Vogie for 28. That's the speedy player assessment of it. That would be at B4. It's a real. It does open the board up though. I'm not sure Championship player would like that. It's a bit of an opening. It's an open play. Avo for 27 from B3. Yeah, that might be better because it opens up 2 triples. And if you want to block, Gov for 28, and maybe that's not the best thing to be doing at this stage with a blank. Because of course, I remember that Barry doesn't know that Mick also has a blank. Although he might be beginning to suspect by now because the other blank is still out. There's a 1 in 4 chance that rack being on. Sorry, that blank being on Mick's rack with 28 unseen. Is it possible if I could just see Mick's rack again? I've got the Quackle feed at the moment. I haven't got the Twitch in front of me. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay. Agami would take out the bottom spot for 24. But I don't really like that. Mick has got bonuses on his rack. Barry has nothing with this rack, of course. Nothing of 7 letters or any playable 8s or 9. Has things like helotry, mothery, out higher with a Y in it, pothery. Some of it will play. Pothery will play from 4B. Mother will play. So Barry could be in trouble, whatever he does here. Taking a long time over this. I think something has gone down. I'm getting that raindrop effect again. Vag has been played at B2, and so Mick's turn. He has bonuses. I've got to be honest, I didn't see any of them. I feel I should have done, but they're not easy. So we'll see if he gets one. 4 bonuses there, but none of them particularly easy to see, or particularly well-known words. Pelletry is probably the most common word. Covery is the best player. Covery from 13H, you're putting an E on the end of FITT. Knowing little hooks, knowing hooks onto 4s to make 5s is a good start really in learning words. I've tried to learn all the 5s, but the ones I started out with were the 5s that were hooks on 4s, because they're the ones that are going to get used most often. So knowing that FITT takes an E is quite useful, especially if you don't have, as Mick doesn't here, and doesn't have a bonus where you can use the blank as an S. Would it be possible to have an update on Barry's rack again? Okay, not looking too good. 2 O's, 2 I's, a V and an E, and a blank for Barry. Mick's still looking at this. He's got a good chance if he just plays one of the high scoring. He's got 2 32-point plays that he should see quite easily, I would think. YEH or NEH. Sorry, YEH or HEY. YEH I think might be preferable because he probably does not want to set up an S hook for Barry to use, and NAH doesn't take an S. I don't think. I'm pretty sure NAH doesn't take an S. Game, 23 points in it. Barry's at 23 points. They each have a blank. Mick's rack is definitely better. He's got bonuses. Barry, I think it's unlikely that Barry's got a 7 with his, and he's fairly unlikely there'd be any 8s either, and it's not sort of order 8s are likely. Something has gone down. Yod. So that is play of YO. I don't think Yod takes an S, it takes an L. Yodel. So Yodel possibility. Not with the rack that Barry's got though. He could play something like Olive for 40. Ye play not Yo is the message I'm getting. Let's have another look. Yeah, so YE played, yeah, but Yod has been the word Yod is on the board. The YE has been played. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew it was the Y and E that had gone down. Yes, Olive. Yeah, I think Olive for 41 at this point with that rack is a decent play. And I think that's what's being played. Yeah, so Barry has taken 40 points for his blank there, and I don't blame him. I may not have done it myself. I would have agonised over it, but it's not. Oh, the pickup's horrible. Pickup is absolutely horrible from that. That's really unlucky. I don't think Mick's got a bonus though. He missed 4 bonuses on the last rack. Oh, he has got Hornet for 85 again with fit. Yeah. So, yeah, use the blankers and the Hornlet. So that goes down. Barry is in a lot of trouble. That's an absolutely terrible pickup. How can you pick the 3 remaining O's from from 19? I think there were. Can't remember how many unseen there were when he played. There were 23 unseen when he played, 3 of which were O's, and he picked all 3 of them. And is that Hornlet going down? Got Wortel from N5 is also a possibility. Hornlet would be better. No, misread the rack. Okay, sorry. Jessica couldn't see through her arm, so the wrong rack was on the board for a moment. So through Mick's arm. So Mick's rack has been changed, and he is going for Worthley, which is not a word. So Wortel would have played. Just to update, Mick did not have the Hornet rack. He had WHORLT with a blank. He has lost his turn trying to play Worthless. Now Barry should change 7. That's my opinion. I think Barry should change 7. Quackle is saying 6. Keep the L, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Quackle's top 3 options. Championship players running, but the speedy players' top 3 options are change 6 and keep L, change 6 and keep I, or change 6 and keep O. I like change 7, but no, maybe the L, maybe hold the L. I wouldn't hold the I don't think, not with 2 eyes unseen, and not on Mick's rack either. So there are 2 eyes in that back 11 tiles. I don't think I'd change 6 and hold the eye. But yeah, it's just that this is a bit of good fortune for Barry, having that rack, and then his opponent playing a phony. Yeah, exchange and keep L is the best option. And it looks like exchange and keep L may have been the play. Will Mick spot Wortel this time? Sometimes you can make an assumption if your opponent has missed something once, they're likely to miss it again, which is what happened to me in my final game yesterday, where I played a phony 1 move when there was a valid 8 available. My opponent left the spot thinking I'd probably miss it again, and I hit it the second time, but still went on to lose the game by a considerable distance, having made the mistake in the first place. Barry's rack is looking a lot better. Mick's rack looks pretty good too. Looters, retools. Barry has played Blanca for there's a hold on Blanca, 92 points. If it's good, which it is. So there's a hold on Blanca. This could be game over for Mick. He's accepted the move. Yeah, I was too busy reminiscing about yesterday to spot Blanca on Barry's rack at that point. And Mick should bonus 2 really. Retools. Rootles. Rootles will be good. No retools. Rootles. Rootles, looters, and the other one I can't bring to mind. Retools is good. I was looking at pattern match. I thought it was. Looters, retools, rootles, and toolers. Oh, I shouldn't believe Ziziver when it lies to me. Rootlet also plays. Rootled will play. Nothing is winning, according to Quackle. Oh, not a sim. So it's possible. Yeah, it is. It is possible. There's a sim progress now. I was looking at the speedy player. So should bonus here. He's got rootles, looters, retools. Yeah, Binniu. I'd spotted Binniu as a possibility for Barry. It's one of those ones where when you see it as a 7, it looks like it should be Binius, Binious. So it looks a bit odd when you take the S off of it, but Binniu is fine. But Barry doesn't have those letters. But yeah, looking at the bag, Binniu would be a possibility. The sim is taking forever, which means it might be a difficult one. But I feel like one of his bonuses should be down by now if Mick's spotted one. He's got to play one of them. Looters is going down on the end of Blanca, so that will be challenged off, I think. Oh dear. So that's another lost turn. There have been several in the game. Barry's had one. I think Mick may have 3 now. It's been a game of errors, and I think this is going to be the one that finishes it off. Okay, so looters challenged off. And we'll be seeing Barry back again in a minute. He's not particularly good. He's won this game. I would say he doesn't even have to really be too defensive now. He just needs to get rid of some of these awkward tiles that he's got. He might play one to be ultra cautious, but I don't think. Well, if he plays one, he'll give himself another turn if Mick spots the bonus next time, and if he gets another turn, he will be a bit more spread. That's what I would be thinking. But it looks like he might be playing Olio. So it looks like Barry's played Olio. It's going to win the game. The game was already run, and I think this is retools going down now. Okay, so game over, and scores are being typed in now. 401 to 3-6 in Barry's favour. Lost a little bit of spread at the end there due to that lateness. Yeah, from what I can see on the list, here, four words chatted off for Mick, which is going to be very costly.
Mick says he's now going to blank Barry because of Blanca.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, you somehow exited Zarf. I mean, seriously, what are you trying to do to my tablet?
Zarf?
Yeah, the word checker on my tablet.
Yeah. What about it?
You can't tap with your nail. You have to actually tap with your finger. You keep trying to tap like that, which is why it's not responding. No, it's only. It's What was it? What was it, Calum? Remind me. Well, there was
I
Wartle.
can't hear the other half of the conversation.
Yeah, that's fine. Was it Wartle? Wartle.
Oh,
Whortle.
Yeah.
Wartle and what was the other one? Pothery and Mothery and Helotry.
Yeah.
Mothery and Pothery. Yeah, I think otherly should be a word. I'm sure I've heard that before. Okay, let's jump over to the standings now, where we find Lewis is unbeaten and refusing to be annotated. That's just great, isn't it? He's gonna have to be annotated. He's leading the bloody thing. Let's. You played 4 did on the wrong side as well. Pingo! Pingo. And Pingo was.
Not speaking for Pingu, who was a past
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I have Pingu accepted in a 5-point penalty game.
Oh, and Barry, you had Urinator. You are. Oh no. Round an N and an O. N or O. It's both are floating. Both were floating. I think it's just Starling. It's not a pier. I don't think so. Well, for some weird reason, the sim is bringing Tau TAU as better than Urinator, leaving IRR blank. It's a weird one. Oh no, Starling, Rattlings, and Slarting. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, and Rattlings. Oh, Calum's not laughing. Not yet, anyway. Oh, what? We're still not getting Lewis. What the hell? He can't not choose to be annotated much longer because he's unbeaten. Like, he has to come in here eventually. Yeah, I'm not going to punch him. I'm not going to kick him. I'm not going to swear at him. It's fine. I'm not that bad. I'm not that much of a jinx. Yet.